Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about my plans for the next year, and part of that is converting a bus into a recreational vehicle. So maybe a year and a half ago, I decided that I wanted to travel, and I wanted to travel long term. So my plan was to buy an RV. About 8 months after I decided I wanted to travel, I bought an RV. It was a night. It was old, and it was in phenomenal condition. A lot of places where other RVs that I'd looked at had had a lot of rot and leakage were repaired in this RV. It was a 22-foot RV. It had like a table area, it had a full kitchen, it had a full bathroom, and then it had, at the table area, you could turn that into a bed, and then, which made almost a queen size bed. And then you also had a cab over bunk that had a slightly larger bed, but you had like no headroom. So I had that for about 6 or 8 months, and I had done some work on it, getting it ready to travel in. I didn't want to leave in the middle of winter. My plan was to leave in the spring. In January, I had met my husband, and we started getting really close. And maybe May or March, I had been taking him to his appointments at his oncologist for quite a while at that point, and I totaled my car. When I totaled my car, I made the decision on my own to sell my RV for a new vehicle so that I could still get Ben to his appointments. So I sold my RV for a Dodge Grand Caravan. And the reason I did that was because I still wanted to be like a weekend warrior in the time before I was actually going to be able to get out and travel again. So I got my Grand Caravan, and I pretty much immediately, I think I left to go camping 2 days after I bought my van, maybe only a day after I bought my van. And I put my futon in the back, and then I had a plastic 3-drawer shelving unit that I put in the front to put all of my clothes. I kept a lot of my extra camping gear up in the front seat so that I did have some room to like move around, make food if it was cold, such and such. And I kept my cooler outside of my van, and my bucket that had other camping gear, and like the bags to my tent, because I did still set up a tent because I like to have the little space. It has like my tent bags and extra stakes, extra bungee cords, my extra tarps, stuff like that, and it's just in like a waterproof bucket. So I could take that out of the vehicle, and I loved it. I had a great time, took her out probably 8 or 9 times this summer, and just had a blast every time. It wasn't quite enough space for me, but because I'm short, it was okay. I could sit up fully without any problems. I had little lights that were solar powered, and I had lights around my van that were solar powered as well. I have solar powered cell phone chargers, lots of different solar stuff. So I am already on that way. So unfortunately, my husband is going to pass away, definitely within the next 6 months. And he'll be leaving me a little bit of money, and he really wants me to travel because he feels like I sold my RV for him. So I was originally planning to get a van, and he kept giving me a hard time and kept giving me a hard time and kept giving me a hard time because I'm planning to take my 2 cats. Now, my cat, Matthew McConaughey, is a pretty small, basic size cat. Like, kind of small for a basic size cat, honestly. And then we have Chuck. Charlie Day. And Chuck is a Norwegian forest cat, and he's enormous. He is about a year, we're guesstimating a year because we looked it up, and he's supposed to be a kitten until he's 18 months old, and he should be about 18 months old right now, but he's going through a growth spurt right now. So we're kind of wondering if the Humane Society thought he was a Maine Coon. He is getting bigger and bigger, and Ben was just really, really worried that Chuck wasn't going to have enough space, especially sharing that small of a space, a van, with me and Matthew. I was going to get the biggest van possible, but it just wasn't enough. So a couple weeks ago, I was driving by the Salvation Army, which is only a few blocks from my house, and I saw a van that was a little bit smaller than the van that I had wanted to buy, right next to a 4-window short bus. And they were the same size. I mean, virtually the same size. They were a little bit different in size and like length and like height, but not much. The bus was about the size of the van that I was looking at. And I kind of pooed a little. I was really excited, and I looked up sizes, and I was right. You know, I went up to it and saw it, so I knew that they were the same size. I have since then decided that I want to go with a 6-window bus rather than a 4-window short bus, because I would like to have a little bit extra space. If I am going to be getting a bus anyway, I might as well have that extra room. And I feel like in the 4-window bus, I would have the exact same amount of room as I would in the large van, which I just would like a little bit more space. I have some ideas about how I kind of want to set it up, furniture that I may use. I plan to use a Nature's Head composting toilet because everybody says they're freaking amazing. And so I just feel like that would be the simplest option for me. And so I have a few plans of like things that are going to be in the van. But right now I'm working on a like tentative floor plan. But with that being tentative, it's also using estimated dimensions. I'm not 100% on what the inside of my van or what the inside of my bus size is going to be. So I'm going to work on that tentatively and kind of see what I want to do, how much space I actually have. I know there's this particular bed that I want, and so I'm going to look at the measurements on that bed to see. I already know I'm going to have to chop off the legs because it's not going to be tall enough, or it's going to be too tall for the ceiling. The ceiling's not going to be tall enough. But I think it's, depending on which one I get, I don't know, I've been looking. I want a bunk bed with a full on the bottom and a twin on top because I want to use that twin for storage. And I'm not like a huge carpenter, so the fewest things I have to actually build, the better. Because I'm already going to be doing the floor and the walls and the ceiling and all of that. I just think I would prefer to not have to build my own bed, prefer to not have to build my own kitchen counters and shelving. And I plan to build a little room for a bathroom with like saloon doors so that you get a little bit of that extra natural light coming from the inside of the Skoolie. Oh, my cats are locked in the room. I was like, who's here? What's making that noise? Do we have a burglar? We don't have a burglar. We have cats. I should go get Chuck cat so you can see him. Oh. So this is my giant Chuck cat. He is very unhappy with me right now. Look at the camera, Chucks. He is so gorgeous. He is one of my favorites. Hi, Chuck. Skogkatten. That's what Norwegian forest cats were called. Skogkatten. I think that's so cool. With a K. S-K-O-G. So that's about it. Once I do drop a floor plan, I will probably post just a really short video of that. And any of the products that I plan to put in my house, I will leave links for. So yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome, sparkly day. My middle name's Sparkle, and I will see you guys soon.